Let's just say this little bitty piece of cancer in my body right here has caused so much commotion in this big old body. I don't understand. But it's all good. We gonna figure it out. I feel it already getting smaller. We gonna cut it out and we gonna keep it moving. But I'm gonna share with you some of the side effects that I've been experiencing, you might experience if you're going through treatment. Who knows? I'm just sharing. Yes, I lost my hair, but it's all good. It's coming back. Keep watching. All right, so welcome back. Today I want to talk about the side effects. The side effects that I have experienced. What I have learned is that everyone's side effects are different. Many are similar. However, we might experience them in different degrees. So, starting from the top, the most obvious side effect is hair loss. Yes, hair loss. Girl, she's cute, but she's removable. If you saw my previous video, you saw that I did the Dignity cap for my first treatment. However, it did not work for me. I've seen tons of women who have tried it, used it, and it's worked. I think the type of hair and texture that I had just really did not work with the cap. It's all good. I think I was able to kind of talk myself off the ledge and just kind of hold my breath and just cut my hair off. And you know what? It's been fine. You know, I'm at peace with it. I'm confident and know that it will grow back even more beautiful than before. So whatever. So hair loss on my head, hair loss on my underarms, and just wherever you think hair grows, you just do not have hair. Okay, like I'm not even gonna get into it. It's cute because you don't have to shave, so that's great, you know. That's the plus side of the hair loss. But I think that's the most common, obvious side effect. Fatigue is a big one, only because, again, it hits everyone in different degrees. I am very thankful that I've been able to just function and withstand. You know, COVID, I will say, has been a blessing in the sense that it's forced me to isolate, where like I would have had to isolate regardless, but it's forced me to isolate and it's forced the people around me to isolate. So I think that's been a blessing, and that it's made that part of protecting myself be easier. And then in terms of the fatigue, you know, because I'm isolated, like I'm always in the bed, or I'm always like home, down, relaxing, that kind of thing. I'm working remote, and it's helpful because I don't got to get up and go to work. You know, I don't have to get on the train, or I don't have to get in the car every morning. So if I'm feeling tired or feeling down, I can roll over and get to work. So that's been a blessing in a sense of COVID, but just something that I've been able to just manage. Because of the COVID isolation, you know, I'm not running in and out crazy errands daily like normal. For example, I just came back from like a quick Target run, and I had other stuff on my list, but I was so tired. I was just like, I'll do it later. You know, like it's where I used to be able to just go, and keep going, and like push it to the limit. Like there's none of that. And my hope and my prayer is that it's just the medicine. And once it's all out of my system, after my treatment is over, that I can get back to normal. Because when I tell you, Like I leave the house and I do two things, if that, and I'm like pooped. Like that's crazy, and like it's very unlike me. So I pray it will get better and that this is just temporary fatigue. Um, Confident this is just temporary fatigue and the body is working and healing itself, and we'll get back to normal. We'll get back to business, okay? Taste buds. This is something that I like heard people talk about, but never really understood or took seriously. But your taste changes completely. The foods that you used to love, you cannot enjoy because they just don't taste right. The simplest thing as water does not taste right. Like, I am not a juice drinker. I don't drink juice. I drink juice if I mix it with my apple cider vinegar, or I'll drink juice if I mix it with some tequila, when I was drinking, because I'm not drinking right now. That's a whole nother thing. So I always would drink water. I love water. Seltzer water. Oh my gosh, I love seltzer water. Like nothing that I love or like used to enjoy, I can enjoy right now. Like it's just so uncomfortable. Water tastes bad. Juice tastes actually decent, which is so odd again because I don't like drinking juice, but like it's a liquid I can drink. But again, I have to drink it in moderation because it's so sweet. Spicy food. I love spicy food. I am of Caribbean descent, so if it's not spicy, it's not good, right? Now, I can't eat spicy food. Like my taste buds, my mouth is on fire, where I could tolerate it before. It's just so uncomfortable. It after you can think of that at one point tasted delicious. Can't. Salt. I know it was always funny about salt, but like even like salty things are just very disruptive. Like at this point, like I can only eat bland foods or mild foods, especially when I'm in my early phases of my cycle of treatment. I get my chemo every 3 weeks. So my first 5 days, I'm very conscious of the types of food I'm eating. As I get into like, the week 2, less conscious. Week 3 towards the end where I'm getting ready to go back for my next round, I can get a little bit more wild and more crazy, but still not like too excessive because it will just be so uncomfortable to my stomach, digestive system, whatever. It just will just be uncomfortable to my throat. So seafood, like it depends on like where I'm getting my seafood. Like I can't even eat it. Smells is another thing that I found very funny, especially early on in my cycle, where smells are so obnoxious, like almost to the point where like pregnancy type of things, like pregnant women are very sensitive to smells. The things that like delicious baked goods and like the smell of like onions in the kitchen that used to smell so delicious, it's just like, oh, like I just feel like I'm a gag and throw up, it's a part of the process. Insomnia. OMG. When I tell you I cannot sleep pre all of this, once my head used to hit the pillow, I'm out. I'm out till the morning. Girl, I'm out. Now I'm up 3 and 4 times a night. I am probably in bed by like 8, 9 o'clock. And I'm probably up for maybe 2 to 4 times throughout the night. Then I'm up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. on the computer, just up because I can't go back to sleep. Then I'll go back to sleep so I can, get a little bit more rest before I have to get up for 9 to get on my first calls for work. Like that is something that has definitely been different. My sleep pattern has been completely off. And again, I hope that we'll get back to normal because I'd love to just sleep a full night through without any issues or without getting up. And it's not even like I have issues, it's just like I'm just up, like my body just wakes up. Body temperature always changing, hot flashes. I feel like round 1 and 2 was the worst in terms of my hot flashes. I think as I got into, I'm at round 5 right now. It's gotten much better. And I kind of attribute it to my shift in my diet. I've been drinking a lot of green juices. I've been doing a lot of beet juice as well. And it's really like hydrating like never before, like so much more, just to kind of help flush it out as well. And thankfully that's been helping to stabilize my hot flashes because it was really bad at first. My appetite has not been too crazy. It's been up and down. I think my first round, my appetite was the worst, where I really could not eat. Initially, I had the worst acid reflux I have ever experienced. Anything I ate or drank was like fire down my throat. I later got some meds for that. And that kind of balanced out as I went on in my treatment, thankfully for that. And then round 5, I got a new set of meds, which kind of helped push back that acid reflux, where it was kind of good and then it kind of got bad again. And I had some really terrible acid reflux as well, and upset stomach, which really affected my appetite. So like I said, my appetite has been kind of up and down. Nothing too crazy where I haven't lost any crazy weight. I think I've dropped, my weight has also been up and down with my appetite. So I've been fluctuating between like 10 pounds on and off, like up and down kind of thing. Maybe like 8 to 10 pounds up and down. So when my appetite has been down, of course, my weight has dropped. And then when my appetite has returned back, it's been, whatever weight I lost, I got it back. But that's kind of been my appetite. A lot of dairy I've been eating, trying to eat proteins. And again, a lot of foods that I just didn't eat before. I didn't eat dairy before, or if I did, it was in moderation. Now it's kind of like what I can eat to help coat my stomach, and get, as well as get protein. Chicken, I have my good days and my bad days. More good than bad, where I can eat it peacefully. Fish has been good. Shrimp has been hit or miss, depending on where I've gotten it from. Breads as well, trying to, again, it's easy to get down, soft, gentle, lots of fruits and veggies as well. And like I said before, keeping the spice to a minimum. And just like lots of garlics and like lemons, limes, that kind of thing, where I can get a little bit of flavor without like too much seasoning. Flavor God, I love. I've used it before my treatment, using it now. So depending on how I feel, I'll add a little bit more or less, depending on how my body can receive it. Shifting. So my teeth have been shifting every single time. It always happens right after my treatment, my infusion treatment. So I have, I guess you can call it crowns or whatever. And every time I can feel, I don't know if it's like my teeth shifting or my gums are shifting or something, but it always goes back, but it's just very weird. I've been using this mouthwash to help with, it's just gentle. There's no alcohol in it. I don't think there's alcohol in it. It's alcohol free. So it's very like gentle on my gums. But I always use this because it's helped whenever I feel that shifting, especially right after my treatment. I'll like gargle with it, let it just sit a little bit. And then like as days go on, I can feel like the shifting go back. Or like I said, I don't know if it's the teeth or my gums, but it goes back to normal when I'm done. So it's just something I've been using. Mouth sores as well. That's been great to help soothe the mouth sores that I've had. brain fog is something that I've experienced. I've heard of like mommy brain. I'm not a mommy, so I've never experienced that, but I'm assuming that's what it's like, where you just get a little fuzzy. And I've always been a little like, what's the word? Not brain fog. I've always experienced brain farts, but I guess it's just more now. Um, but it's all good. I'm alive, well, functioning, working good, but a girl has moments. And even like brain fog, brain fatigue, or like mental fatigue is definitely something where it's like, I need to work, I want to focus and work, but like I can't. And I don't even want to blame it on like mental, but like I think it's just like the body just being so tired that it has to choose, like, am I gonna process this or am I gonna process that? And I wanted to process the 100 emails that I haven't read, but I just can't. That's just how I feel. I just cannot. I cannot. Chemo nails is something that I have experienced, and you can see it's just like a dark halo here. See how it's dark here and then in pink there, on my nail, so you can see it. I have makeup under my nail, but it's something that has kind of like, it started at the nail bed or the cuticle, and it's just kind of like gotten deeper and deeper into the nail bed. At a glance, it's not that obvious, but if you focus on it, you can notice like, there's something different. So like, I feel like if I'm like out talking to people, because like if people don't know or whatever, it's not something that people would be like, you have chemo nails. I hope it'll go away. I think it will go away, or will grow out from what I'll let you know. I think it's gonna grow out. I hope it does. It's not painful. I have noticed it on my toe, on my big toe recently, and it's just like a hint of it on my big toe. On my other toes, I don't see it. But my fingers are more obvious. It's more obvious on my thumbs, and then it like fades as it goes to my pinkies. So that's that. Like I said, it's not painful. I've seen photos where like the whole nail is like black. So I think I'm doing good. One side effect, which was terrible to be honest with you, I'm still working through, is my blood sugar. My blood sugar through my treatment has spiked, elevated in a way like it's never have. It's something that like I have to be conscious of, because what I said to my doctor, I was like, I don't want to be healing one thing and then break another thing. So I've never had an issue of diabetes or had an issue of blood sugar. So this is definitely like become a surprise. But I think again, my body is going through so much, it triggered something else. So when I started my treatment, because I get my blood work done every 3 weeks, my blood sugar was 70, which is good. There was a moment when my blood sugar spiked to 280. That's hella high. That is very high. So, throughout my treatment, once I noticed that, once the doctor brought that to my attention, I was more mindful about the things I was eating. Again, the frustrating thing is like a lot of what I was eating prior to I was gonna say COVID, prior to my treatment, I can't eat now, and a lot of things that I'm eating now during my treatment, I didn't eat prior to my treatment. Like before, like I was taking, you know, supplements and vitamins and drinking lots of water, easily, painlessly. Um, Still had a sweet tooth. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I was balanced, right? I guess. But now I'm eating dairy. I didn't eat dairy like that before. I'm eating a lot more breads. I didn't eat a lot of breads like that before. And I'm not to say that I did not eat these things, but it was in like more moderation before. Now it's kind of all I can eat. Juices that I didn't drink before, I was drinking. Like during my treatment, I was drinking ginger ale. I'm drinking sodas and juices. Not because I want to, it's just because I know I need hydration. And it was the only thing that I could get down without it feeling or tasting weird. So I was drinking ginger ale. And if you look at a can of ginger ale, there's like 30, almost 40 grams of sugar in ginger ale. You couldn't catch me drinking ginger ale leisurely before my treatment unless it has some tequila in it. Hello? Right? And of course, I'm not drinking ginger ale and tequila every single day, right? But once my sugar spiked, that was something I had to pay attention to. So although I had shifted to, some unhealthy beverages, I had to really force myself to drink water or more water, I should say, not say I was, because I was drinking water, just not as much as I used to. And the seltzers and all that stuff, so I haven't touched a can of ginger ale since, or actually I had a can of ginger ale this week because my stomach was terrible this week. But I had half a can and I gave the other half to a family member. I forgot what I was talking about. Y'all pray for me. My sugar. Yes, I was talking about my sugar. But like I said, like a lot of changes have transpired, whether it be the medication and just shifts in diets and just so much going on. And the body is just like, what's going on? And then again, I'm not moving like I used to. I'm not in Manhattan running for trains and walking blocks on blocks on blocks on blocks. If you've been in New York City, you're walking everywhere, so a lot has changed. So what I've been doing, like I said, just being mindful of my sugar intake. And I'm hopeful that once my treatment is done, I can get this under control and back to normal. Swollen ankles, swollen feet. I'm talking about balloons. What? I'm over it. That was something I was experienced. It's been good lately. Like my ankles, looking at them now, they look very skinny and good, which I'm very excited about. Like my ankles will probably look the skinniest part of my body, but I'm just saying, I'm used to them being slim and tight, not looking like they've been inflated. So I'm very excited about that. I've noticed that happen towards the end of my cycle, right before I'm going back for my next treatment. Like I'm probably walking into my next round of treatments with swollen ankles or swollen feet. So I've been keeping, I don't know what that's due to, but I've been trying to drink more water to help with that. I've been wrapping my feet with compression socks or I thought I had it near me, but those ACE bandages, wrapping my ankles and my feet completely to help compress the swollenness and elevating my feet whenever I'm stationary, trying to elevate. So when I'm sleeping or if I'm on my laptop on the couch, kicking up my feet a little bit higher to help with that, because that's definitely a circulation issue when you're swollen in your feet and in your ankles. And it could be something else. I don't know. I'm just like trying to keep the blood flowing.